As we should be.
We did do a GIF of a ghost to announce that we were live there. So that is very opposite of what I just said. So might confuse some of you people out there. You never know. Never know. Melissa, how are you?
I'm feeling okay. I had a slow week this week, so I got to take a half day. I have an afternoon off. Went out to pick up lunch. Went to the grocery store. Bought ice cream sandwiches.
Oh, it's about that time of year, yeah. For some,
I think every time of year is ice cream sandwich time of year. But yeah, yes,
true. We did have that one. We did have that one captain's log where I was like, yeah, I think because I've been inside all year, my body is craving cold things because it's like, oh, it's not like it. You want ice cream because you're warm inside your house. I don't know, but good. I am glad your week was a slow one. It was a slow one for me too.
Mm-hmm.
Slow week. So I had a half day on Monday because I got my second shot. I took the day off on Tuesday. Wednesday was kind of normal. I had to play catch up with that since I had missed those, the day and a half. And then yesterday and today was real slow. So kind of an uneventful week, and that's totally fine.
It's good. It's good for something to be uneventful for once. There are events in other parts of our lives besides our works.
Yeah, indeed. Though I do think this Captain's Log might be a bit of a shorter one as well. Who knows? I just felt like this one was going to be a short one, but we shall see. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to number 143 of the Whatnauts Captain's Log. My name is Kyle Springer, and I am joined, as always, by Melissa Wilkinson.
Hello.
Melissa, how's it going? I guess I already asked you that. So I don't mean that in the sense of like, how was your week? How are you? But just like, where do you want to start?
I want to start with the big news. The big news in my own heart, which is that there's going to be a Venture Brothers direct-to-DVD movie. Thank goodness.
Yes. Yeah, I saw this late a couple nights ago, and I posted it immediately. And I was like, Melissa, look at this.
I didn't see it till like 12 hours later because I turned my phone off at night so it sleeps when I sleep. And we can truly be partners. We can truly be equals. Like Discord, I've found does not ping me when I get like an while the phone is not on. Like I have to go look for it and look at Discord, and it's got the little one telling me somebody's talking to me. So I didn't see it until later, but what a great way to start my workday morning.
Right? Yeah. Brand new Venture Bros movie. So you and I covered all, what is it, like 6 or 7 seasons of
It's 7 seasons, yes.
All 7 seasons of the Venture Bros on the review show, one of our other podcasts. So you guys can go check that stuff out. But yeah, we were expecting there to be like an 8th season.
Yes.
And then it got canceled. And we were devastated because it's so good.
When they had been told they were getting an 8th season, like I think they were writing season 8, and then Adult Swim was like, look guys, we'd love to, but maybe not. And that happened in like September. So like within the larger cloud of like pandemic, quarantine, just social ills, I've had this other rain cloud over me. Like you might never get to see how your favorite TV show ends, but we got this wonderful news. This came to us from Deadline, and it says 3 popular Adult Swim series are getting a feature take. It's not just the Venture Brothers. It's also Aqua Teen Hunger Force and Metalocalypse. They are going to get worldwide released Blu-ray movies. Which is fun.
so
They're going to be
awesome.
released on Blu-ray and video on demand for like 90 days. And then they're going to be on HBO Max where you can stream them there. But I think giving them another physical media release is something very special.
Yeah. It's especially if for Venture Bros specifically, like if we can get like a 2-hour movie out of that.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be great. Right? Because like that's like 6 episodes, so that's maybe half a season. So that's just like, hey, let's cut out all of the extra like filler stuff. Like, let's really focus on how we want to end this show. Or who knows? Maybe they'll be like, new movie and announcing season 8. Here it is.
I don't know. It sounds
I don't know, but
like it very well could be a finale. The description is, in the Venture Brothers movie, Doc's latest invention will either bankrupt the Ventures or launch them to new heights. As Hank searches for himself, Dean searches for Hank, the Monarch searches for answers, and a mysterious woman from their pasts threatens to bring their entire world crashing down on them.
See, that's a good description, but that I think just kind of reiterates what I just said, where it's like, if it bankrupts them, like, is that them playing like with the like meta stuff of like, hey, this is our last shot. If we do this and it like no one really watches it, then I guess that's it. Or if it's like, if it does well, maybe they're going to renew it for something, or like HBO Max might, pick it up or something.
Who knows? Yeah,
hey,
I
Sam.
think
Sam is here in the chat.
Hello, Sam.
With us.
Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I'm of course very, very excited for this. There's no mention of a timeline anywhere in this article, so who knows when this could be. I'm excited for all 3 of these, honestly. I know Metalocalypse, I think, was also a show that didn't get to really conclude its storyline. Aqua Teen Hunger Force,
I never watched that one.
But I don't think that has a storyline, not one that I remember. I don't think it has anything to conclude, but I'm sure it'd be fun to go on another adventure with our fast food
we have
boy.
to see we have to see Meatwad get the money, right? We got to see Meatwad get the honeys, G.
We have to see him drive in his car, live like a star.
All of those, yeah.
Yeah.
Sam says, now I just want to know why they're doing a second Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie.
Because the first one, Aqua Teen Hunger Force : movie film for theaters, did not perform well. Sam and I saw it.
I watched it in Wyoming.
Yeah, I don't know who besides us went to see it. But I'm happy they'll be getting a Blu-ray release. Like I said, I think to give these shows a physical media release is, it makes me happy. I'm happy that I'll get like another thing to add to my shelf, another thing with a DVD commentary. It's a nice way to do it.
That'll be good. That'll be good. So let me ask you this. We got that basic plot synopsis.
Yeah.
So you may have to jog my memory a bit. Where did season 7 leave off? Without, I was gonna say without spoiling things, but like it's been out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is confirmed that the Monarch and Dr. Venture are blood related. Very strongly hinted that they are half brothers, probably, which is what anybody would be able to guess like the entire time. You just look at their 2 character models. You look at the name of the show.
Something I was like, they look awful. They look awfully similar.
So we're dealing with that. And then Hank ran off to find himself. And I think it's interesting that the synopsis says Dean searches for Hank. And I wonder if maybe Dean blames himself and he's like, no, I need to do this alone. Like, I'm not going to ask Dad. I'm not going to ask Brock. It's just me and Hank out here in the world.
And did we ever truly meet their mom?
No. The final episode of season 7 is the first time she gets any sort of an identity, according to the Action Man, who's one of the old Team Venture guys, who's like kind of one of Doc's godfathers. He says she was an actress named Bobby St. Simone.
Bobby St. Simone sounds like a porn actress.
Who knows?
So I wonder if that's the mysterious woman they're talking about.
Almost certainly, yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, this sounds very much like this is our last hurrah, and we'll
or like
see
this
what
is our last
happens
chance
with
to like
that.
really tie up plot things we've always been meaning to
Yeah.
do. In it.
Yeah.
That
They can
they've
always
been
make up
yeah.
extra stuff.
And like they've
down
been
the road.
slowly working on it. They throw in all these tangents, which are both frustrating and fascinating. Like the episode where the two robots go on a blind date with each other. Like they make time
I
for
remember
that
one.
stuff. I'm like the season 7 premiere, that 3-parter, that was like really concentrated, like plot heavy exposition, filling in stuff from the past. That was amazing. And I would love to see this written
2
a lot
hours.
like that. Yeah, and to see it be longer because they've only ever done an hour of TV at a time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm so stoked. I'm so happy that this is a thing. I really enjoyed that show when we watched it, and yeah, it's one that I eventually will have to go back and watch watch once more because it was wonderful. Oh,
and I think this is
man. I'm so
it's
happy.
a good time for it too. We've got Invincible out there, people like The Boys. This is less superheroes, more like boy adventurers and super science and stuff like that. But it's in that realm, and I think it could attract a lot of the same audience.
And it was absolutely one of Adult Swim's like highest performing shows, right?
It was its longest running. I thought it was the longest running show. The article mentions that it was among the longest running, along with Aqua Teen and Robot Chicken. It didn't give me exact numbers on those. I guess I'll have to do the math
Robot Chicken still going?
I have no idea. I watched so much Adult Swim in college, and like a little bit like my, after college, the first years I had my own apartment. I've really fallen off of it. I have no idea what's on there now. It's Rick and Morty and who knows what else. I don't know.
I don't even know. Yeah. But man, they like every now and then they have some really good shows on there, and then they have a lot of stuff that's just like, what is this, guys? Like, why is this one of those situations where you like to get the same budget as next year, you have to spend like all of the same stuff? So you're just like, let's just make something for $50, right? Like, here's an entire season of one show for $50.
I appreciate how experimental they are. I love all the weird one-shot stuff, like Too Many Cooks, and I just watched This House Has People in It. Do you know that one?
No, I have no idea what that is.
It's Too Many Cooks. It's like it aired in like a 15-minute block late at night on the network. Well, everything's late at night, and it's they've got sort of a series of those just called infomercials because they're in like a 15-minute infomercial length block. Some of them are infomercial formatted. There's one called This House Has People in It. That's just surveillance footage of this suburban house. And it's like, the little boy's getting ready for his birthday party. Grandma's sitting there watching TV. The mom and dad are kind of arguing in the kitchen. Like, where do you want to go for vacation this year? And the main conflict of it is that the teenage daughter is lying face down on the kitchen floor. And you see that, and they don't mention it for several minutes. And then they're like, honey, really, like your brother's party's about to start. Like, stop acting up. Come on, get up from there. And then they find that she is stuck. Like, she's unresponsive, conscious, but unresponsive, and is just like stuck
she's just
to the floor.
Character that's stuck on the floor.
And then she slowly starts sinking through the floor. And, and then it becomes just the family panic trying to figure out what they do about this. And they're like, Jackson, sorry, honey, your birthday party has to be canceled. And then Jackson throws a fit. He tears down his decorations. All the kids have arrived for the party, but they're not allowed inside. So they're just like opening their presents for him in the front yard. It's great. I watched this and then I watched like a 2-hour breakdown video about it.
That's wild. Sam says I helped her say
Yes!
that one. It's buck wild.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'd heard of it, and I thank Sam very much for like making me sit down and watch it and watch 2 hours of background explanation. You should check out This House Has People in It. Yeah.
Interesting. So there was this show that we covered on the Whatnauts podcast a long time ago. I guess all of the stuff that we covered on the Whatnauts podcast was a long time ago now. But it was an anime called Nichijou. And it's a comedy, and it is one of the fucking funniest shows I have ever seen in my life. But they do these like interstitials that are actually really creepy. And it's this like surveillance footage of just like around the town, but it's of like nothing. Like nothing is going on, and they'll just be like a vending machine there. And it's watching that vending machine, and it just has this like ominous feeling, and that's what I like when you first mention. It's like it's security footage of this house. That's like the first thing that I thought. It was just like, okay, it's this like weird creepy mystery thing that we don't know what is happening, like that. That feels like Adult Swim too.
Yeah.
But then it sounds more like it is I don't know if sitcom is the right word, but like, yeah, there is a plot, there is characters, there is this thing that is happening, and it's like, shit, what do we do about this thing that is happening? So not what I was thinking. Sam says another one I recommend, which is more infomercial-ish, is unedited footage of a bear.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one in a while. I need to revisit unedited footage of a bear.
That's a great name.
Why edit your bear footage?
Right?
You're leaving gold there on the cutting room floor.
You can just leave it bare. You don't need to do anything with it there, you know? Good stuff though. Good stuff. I'm excited. We are finally getting Adventure Bros.
Truly a weight off my shoulders. My steps are lighter this week.
Yeah. Indeed. Speaking of things that got canceled, though in a similar fashion to the way Adventure Bros got canceled, I finished watching Stumptown.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we also read like the first 2 volumes of that. I don't remember if that was the entirety of the series or not. I think there was like 1 or 2 more volumes after what we read. But we read the first 2 volumes of Stumptown a long time ago on the review show here. That was you and me. And I think this was right before the show was coming out. Or you know what? I think it was the same week. Like I think we did that because the show was coming out.
I remember that.
And I never watched it. I never got around to it, but it was on my list of like, it's in my stuff on Hulu. And I finally watched it this past week, and it was pleasant. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Nice. I watched the first episode of it, and I also liked it. I just never got around to checking out the rest of the season.
Yeah, it's really good. So it ends up being the most reductive thing I can say is that it ended up being like a fairly standard cable crime show television where it's the case of the week, and it's like there's no real overarching plot. There's maybe some things that come back down the road, but there's not the like big mystery that they need to solve. And yeah, I liked it a lot. It was a lot more. I don't want to say happy go lucky, but yeah, like I think pleasant is a good word. It was pleasant for what it was, and that was more than I was expecting, because I like when we read that comic, like it's about like murder and kidnapping and drugs and stuff like that, and this is absolutely something like, oh yeah, it's a prime time crime show that your mom can watch, and it's totally fine, right?
Crime for moms.
Yeah, crime for moms.
I looked it up. There's what it is. I looked it up. It was episode 76 from September 25th, 2019. There
you go. We were so young back then. So young and naive. But yeah, so like that was a bit of a weird like change of pace from what I was expecting the show to be, but I enjoyed it. I remember in the comic the character of Ansel, who was the younger brother who had autism. He was wonderful in that and in the show. He's great. He was like one of my favorite characters in this. He's so good.
He was wonderful.
Yeah, so I liked that. And then I don't remember, I don't think it was in the comic, but there's another character who runs a local taco truck in the show, and he was fantastic too. It was good. All of season 1 is on Hulu. It got renewed for season 2, but then it got canceled due to COVID.
I didn't know that's what happened.
Yeah, they might still be shopping it around. It got canceled, I think, like September.
Okay.
Ish. They're like, like September 2020. So it's still like they could save it somehow, some way, but I don't know. I don't think they will. It reminded me a lot of the like iZombie level of like crime show.
Okay.
That makes stuff, which I really enjoy.
Yeah,
so.
you've mentioned iZombie many times. I've still never seen a second of it. I watched it and it reminded me of, I don't know, Castle. Do you know Castle? Do we have any common reference points?
I haven't seen it except for like in like a pizza shop that had it on TV, just like while you wait for them to like, it's like, oh yeah, this is that show Castle.
You know what I'm
All right, cool, thanks for the pizza.
You know what I'm really excited for that I didn't realize I missed over the last year is the ability to have TV happen in front of you that you didn't put on.
Interesting. How so?
Like in quarantine, everything you're watching is something you have chosen to watch. But like in normal times, I'll go over to my parents' house. They'll be watching something. I'll go to the gym. There's stuff on the TVs at the gym. I'll go to a restaurant. They have TVs. Like I feel like my cultural focus has narrowed in so small because nobody else is putting anything on for me.
I gotcha. Yeah. Though Netflix did do that like shuffle or just play something,
but then I'm
feature,
missing out on commercials.
I mean, do you really want to see the commercials?
I want to see them, but it's an important part of the experience.
I guess, yeah. I guess. Not for me, but understandable.
I went over to my parents' house the other weekend for a little bit, and my dad was watching something that dad's like a show about cars or wood or something, and it ends, and I see him on the channel guide looking around at the listed programs to find what to watch next, and what he landed on was Casper's Scare School, the 2006 almost surely direct-to-DVD animated movie Casper's Scare School.
I'm not even familiar with that.
I think I just knew it by name. I think I saw it in like Family Video or something. It's Casper, the friendly ghost. He goes to a school for scaring. It's Monsters University, kind of, but it's Casper.
Okay.
It looks like
gotcha.
I don't know, like a PlayStation 2 game. It, it was not impressive. It wasn't unpleasant, but there was nothing really remarkable about it. But Dad sat there and watched it for like 10 or 15 minutes. And then he got
Okay.
up and left the room to go work on something else in the house. And he just left it on and like didn't offer me and Mom the remote. And we just kept it on. None of us went for it. I'm like, okay, so we've just all agreed we're just going to watch Casper's Scare School.
Good times, though. Good stuff. Sam says, Mel, you should watch Castlevania on Netflix.
Me and some friends have been meaning to watch that for a while. In our movie Discord, I think it's been in the polls for like months and it's just never won, but it's still there. So we'll probably watch it eventually.
I've wanted to watch it eventually too, but I've never played the games. And I don't have that initial like, I love the games, I need to watch this, but I've heard nonstop just like this show is phenomenal, like watch this thing. So we'll have to watch that one some
we will get there together or separately.
I think I pitched it once on the review show a long time ago,
and I don't know what I picked
ages
instead.
ago. It must have been a Halloween thing, I think. And we went with
or a castle
else.
thing. Just all castle based shows. So it's Castlevania, it's Castle, and just Castle Rock again.
Right?
More Castle Rock.
Yeah. Sam says you don't need to know anything about the games. Yeah, that's what I've heard. But their fourth and final season just came out, and I think IGN gave it a 9. And they were like, "This is how you end a show. Like, this was good." So
nice,
good stuff.
And it's like
there.
Aren't the seasons like 3 episodes or something? And it's like you could watch it all together. It's just like
short. I think the first one was like 4. I think the second one was 6 or something.
Okay.
Well, like that, but yeah, it was something like that. The other thing I've been watching, and I'm not done with it yet. Okay. I have 5 left, but I'm still watching The Sopranos, and I have to say I'm disappointed with this show. So many people are like, "Oh, it's one of the greatest shows of all time." If you want to watch the best TV out there, you need to watch The Sopranos, and it's good. Don't get me wrong. This is not a bad show. But I think I don't know, because I don't feel like I hyped it up for myself. Yeah. Because it was more of a curiosity of just like, I wonder why so many people like this. I've heard good things and a lot of people really like it, but I still don't really know what it's about. Like, I knew nothing about the show. And granted, I know like a lot of people really like the ending of Sopranos.
Yes. Do you know what the ending is?
5 left? No, I don't. I know nothing.
Wow. Oh my God. It's a pretty like I know exactly how the ending goes, just as a TV nerd.
I've managed to stay spoiler free, but just in my mind, knowing that it was a mafia show, like I was expecting more mafia shit, and
less of taking his daughter to college.
Yes, yeah, it ends up being it ends up being more of a slice of life, and it's like their relationship issues and dealing with mental illness and stuff like that. And it's they have some interesting things in there for sure. They have some stuff I'm disappointed by. There's a lot less crime than I was hoping for. Some of the like interesting character journeys aren't shown on screen. It's like they happen like in between the seasons, and it's just like, oh, the season 5 finale had this guy go back to his old ways and that stuff, and you think, oh no, this is about to be a problem. Like, here we go, it's about to get more mafia stuff, and then the next and it's like, oh nope, that's all fixed. And it's just like, what? Like, that's the stuff I want to see.
So like, would you say that the show as a whole has been disappointing, or was it like, I thought you were going to say that it was good, but like the last season went downhill?
So again, I've not finished it yet. I still have 5 of them left.
You don't know where it stands on that hill?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, like I'm enjoying it. I like it. I don't think it aged well. I see why people really, really liked this at the time. I can see why when this was the big thing, they'd be like, yes, this show was phenomenal. But I think we've seen so many better shows. Like, I wouldn't put this anywhere near my like greatest TV shows of all time list. Which I know is blasphemy for a lot of people.
No, I think it's very well respected as like a forefather of prestige television. I think it was like the first prestige TV show in this contemporary era. Yeah. And like, it's grandfathered into that, but I think many people include it out of respect, out of what it started. But yeah, I don't think anybody's been like, Don Draper, Walter White, who are they? Tony Soprano, he gets put on the highest pedestal.
See, I know, well, I don't know them personally, but I know someone who watches it like every year. Like they rewatch because it is their favorite show of all time. Yeah. They love it. They think it is the greatest thing, and it's just like, that's great for you, and I like that you're evangelizing it, but I just like, I don't really know if I could recommend this to a modern audience.
I understand that. Yeah. What is there one episode that you think is pretty good that could be watched, regardless of context? Because this is something I've been curious about, is exploring what is the best episode of this show. I'm not going to watch the show, but I'm going to watch whatever the top rated episode is and see how I find that. See if I can tell it's the top rated episode of the show if I don't have any background.
I'm trying to think, and I don't know if I have like a standout moment yet. Yeah, like it's not like Mr. Robot where I have the one that's done like a play. Like, oh my God, watch that. That one was phenomenal. Like, that was like, you absolutely have to watch that one.
I don't know if that's the best choice for being the only episode of Mr. Robot somebody watches.
I mean, you're not going to know what's happening, but oh my God, it's so good.
It is very impressive, yes.
The tension is so good, but like, I don't know. Like, they just, there's so many plots in here that I ultimately don't really care about, or they're not telling them in a way that is interesting. I'm just like, this is all fine. I'm enjoying it. Like, I don't have a big I don't have like a big major issue with the show that is making me be like, oh, this show is bad. Like, don't go watch this. It's, there's so many characters that there are so many side plots and things like that you can get these little small things of like, oh, that scene was fantastic. But then it was only that one scene, and the rest of the stuff is like, he lost his ducks, and they're no longer swimming in the pool there, and it's just like, what is going on? I don't care about this, but who knows? It might be that final one. I'm just like, oh man, that final one is great. So
we will
knows?
have to do a segment on this whenever you watch that final episode, because I know what it
Next
is,
week.
and I don't I know what it is. I think it's a fascinating thing to do in a series finale. I have no context to place it in. I can't say that was a good idea or a bad idea. It just
Interesting.
certainly
Yeah.
was a very unique idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good show. Just I don't know. Like, yeah, there's a lot of things out there that are better. So
Okay.
Sam recommends Infinity Train on HBO Max, which, yeah, I've seen the first 3 seasons. I haven't seen the 4th one yet, and that's a very good cartoon. I've been watching that with my girlfriend. And that one is wonderful. Have you seen that one yet?
I think I've seen like 2 episodes. I used to be so into cartoons, but they're all so long that it's kind of daunting for me. They're not many. Like
This one is not.
They have the potential to be very long, even if the episodes are short. It's like, yeah, they're all 15-minute episodes of Adventure Time, but there's 80 of them. It's more than I can focus on. It's overwhelming to me. And like there's so many of things like that. Like I never finished Adventure Time or Regular Show or Steven Universe. Or I haven't seen this. I haven't seen Owl House. Like I'm so far behind. I'll never get there.
In Infinity Train is not that long. There's 4 seasons, but each season is in total it's about 2 it's about 2 hours long, so it's just like a movie, and you can binge the whole thing there. So I saw season 3, which I think they like to call them books. So I've watched the first 3 books. And we have not seen season 4 yet. So we'll get to that hopefully this next week.
I gotta get me a boyfriend who will make me watch TV, because I think I've talked about this before, that everybody I know who's like watched an entire series has done it with a partner, and me on alone. I think I just end up watching a lot of YouTube because it's like a person speaking to me and it makes me feel less alone. Like emotionally, I really gravitate towards YouTube, but it's never at like the top of anybody's list of things you have to see. So like I feel emotionally good watching YouTube, except for when I get into any conversation. And it's like, no, I have not seen that TV show. I watched a man show me how to make a cake. I watched a vlog about Epcot.
That works. That's okay. But that's all I've been watching this week. Well, I watched Stumptown. Like I started it Sunday night and then watched it all through the day that I was sick on Tuesday with my symptoms there. So how was your weekend? Because you got your second dose of the vaccine on Saturday, I believe, right? So your Sunday must have sucked.
Or it was okay. I was very sleepy. I took 2 separate naps on Saturday.
Living large. There you go.
Yeah, I rarely take one. And then I was just super achy. Like I had headaches, my whole body hurt, but it wasn't like debilitating. It didn't prevent me from doing anything. And I knew there was like nothing I could do. Like it hurt if I got up and did stuff. It hurt if I laid down. Like nothing I did mattered. And I knew it was a time game. It's like, I just have to ride this out. Like I can't do anything to make it better or really worse. So I just went up, I gave myself like lazy time on the couch. I let myself like DoorDash some dinner. But other than that, like I just lived normally. Went to see my mom for a little bit for Mother's Day. My older brother and my niece came over, and my niece asked Grandma if she had any boiled eggs that she could peel because she wanted a snack. And she's apparently real into boiled eggs and peeling them, the activity. And my mom's like, okay, you have to wash your hands first.
Hobbies include peeling eggs.
Peeling eggs, then eating the yolk of the egg, not interested in the white. Just the activity on the outside, activity in the middle, in between, a void. And my niece is like, okay, I'll wash my hands. After I wash my hands, can I touch all of the food? Which is such a remarkable goal that I've never thought of. It's like, yeah, I guess you could. If you washed your hands, you could touch all of the food in Grandma's house. You don't need to, but I don't know if we'd stop you if your hands were clean.
That's funny. Yeah. So I got my shot on Monday, and I bought some snacks and stuff to kind of prepare and just be like, okay, I know I need to stay hydrated and stuff like that. I know I'm not gonna want to like get up and make food, so I might like keep some things right here just to like munch on.
You list off your snacks you got while I crawl under my desk and plug in my charger. So just talk to the chair while I'm gone.
Talk to the chair. So 90s. Yeah, so I get, let's see, what did I get? I got a Gatorade, I got a soda, I got some water. Then I already had some Chewy bars and applesauce. And then I got myself like a candy bar, and I had something else. I had some Cheez-Its to munch on there. So
Cheez-Its?
That was all of the snacks that I got. Cheez-Its, yeah.
I just bought a bag of Cheez-Its flavored popcorn. So it's basically cheddar popcorn, but with the Cheez-Its name on it.
That's weird.
It's good. It's very good, but I ate it and I'm like, I don't know if I know this is distinctly a Cheez-It and not just cheddar, the concept.
That's the episode name, Cheddar, the concept. That's great. No, but yeah, so I had some snacks, but that Monday night, yeah, my joints started to get like real stiff,
yeah,
real achy. I was freezing cold.
Yeah,
I did not have cold sweats, but I was just like physically cold. Like I had on sweatshirts and sweatpants and multiple blankets, and I was just like, I can't do this. But that part wasn't that bad. It was the next morning when I woke up with the worst headache of my life. That was awful. And yeah, that was like debilitating. Like it was one of those things where like I couldn't really get up and move around, because if I was looking at things and my brain was processing that information, it hurt. So like if I stood still and like looked straight ahead, it was, I don't want to say bearable, but like wasn't pounding.
Okay.
But yeah, so I basically just laid in bed all day and watched Stumptown. I had I did not eat for most of the day. I wasn't hungry at all.
For my first shot, I wasn't hungry, and for the second shot, I was very hungry.
Weird. But I forced myself to eat some stuff. I made food, and I took some Advil to help with that stuff. And by the time I took the Advil, which was like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, which would have been 24 hours after I'd gotten the shot, that was the thing that like all right, once they kicked in, I was completely fine and was good to go. So that was that. But yeah, Tuesday sucked. So but that is done. We just have to wait that like 2-week period to get things officially
I made my first haircut appointment. Like I made it for like for like that Saturday at noon, 2 weeks out. I was so excited. I got my hair cut in like September, and it was like, this is because I got it done like January last year. It was like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know how long this is going to happen. Can I get one? Can I have one haircut, please, to tide me over? And then I'll wait until everything's done before my next haircut. And now is when I can get it. So jazzed about this haircut. Gonna be a new lady.
That's awesome. Yeah. I considered going to see Black Widow when it's out in theaters. But I still think I might pass on that. Just because I guess they announced yesterday that, hey, if you're fully vaccinated, you no longer have to wear a mask indoors or outdoors. And I don't know how I feel about them announcing that. I guess it's great that we can, but there's still so many people out there who haven't been vaccinated yet, or they are faking it, right? Like I've seen like people mentioning like fake vaccine cards and stuff like that. Like that, I just don't want to seem like I'm part of like not getting vaccinated or like of those people that like wouldn't wear a mask or stuff like that. Like I still want to wear mine to promote the safety stuff. But I was like, you know what? I think I'm fine just watching Black Widow in the comfort of my own bed. Like, I think I'm A-okay with that. So that will not be the first movie that I go see. But
it's mid-July. It's still a ways out yet. So I don't know if I don't go see it in an indoor theater. I got my local drive-in. I can fun time.
True, you have that, yeah. Have that one. Sam, you'll get there.
You can do it, Sam.
Vaxes soon, yeah. You can. I'm not sure what it's like in your state, but I think you should be You should be able to get them.
Yes.
If not now, then soon. So yeah. There you go. Melissa, Knives Out 2.
Yeah, 2 knife, 2 out. Yes.
Yeah. 2 knife, 2 furious, 2 out. Yeah, you
Knives
said
Out.
The right one.
Battle of the Smithsonian.
Yeah. Knives Out 2, Electric Boogaloo.
That's the cliche, and I'm trying to replace it with a Battle of the Smithsonian as the default like joke sequel name.
So they announced, I guess yesterday or today, I don't remember, that Kathryn Hahn is joining the cast of Knives Out 2. I'm excited for this one.
Excellent choice. Great timing.
This is going to be great. So I'm looking at, let's see, where is Knives Out cast? Here we go. Every actor confirmed for the sequel. Come on, give me something else here. What is this? We got Dave Bautista, Ed Norton, Janelle Monáe, Kathryn Hahn, and of course Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc. Who else did they have? Did they have anyone else here? No. Yeah, dude, this is a stellar cast.
That's enough. If it's only them, that's a full film.
Yeah, this is great. And it was a month ago that Netflix was like, hey, we're doing Knives Out 2 and 3. So
Knives Out 3 is Secret of the Tomb.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on Knives Out 2? Are you excited? Can you not wait? What are your thoughts on Kathryn Hahn?
I have to wait. Love Kathryn Hahn also. I feel the same as anybody. I don't have unique feelings about this sequel.
I mean, you can be like, yes, I'm so excited. It's going to be great. You don't have to just be like, I have to wait. It's not out yet.
I try and use the phrase can't wait like very sparingly.
Okay.
Because I'm scared of like a time goblin taking me at my word and skipping me ahead in time. Like, I'm scared that if I don't speak very certainly, like I'll be trapped in a genie situation where I'll get literally what I asked for. So if I say I can't wait for Knives Out 2, a time goblin's gonna take me to the release date of Knives Out 2, and I'm gonna miss like a year of my life.
Melissa, I regret to inform you, time goblins don't exist.
It's a principle thing, you know? Like, I refuse to participate in any desert island questions because I'm scared that if I answer, it'll happen to me.
I didn't know this about you. This is amazing.
I don't like it. It's not fun to imagine. I don't want to tell anybody what I would do with anything on a desert island because I never want to encounter one.
Okay, so you're trapped on a desert island with a time goblin. What do you do then?
Well, it's a time goblin, not a space goblin. I guess the goblin could take us to the future where the island may be inhabited, and then we could live in that time.
I thought you would go back in time to when you and change things so you never got on the island.
It's a time goblin, not a space goblin. So we
have to get off the island, Jack.
You take me a year back in time on that island. You wouldn't move me. Take me forward.
Sam says, "Are you sure, Kyle? Are you sure time goblins don't exist?"
Time goblin.
You're right. I've never seen one. So, Knives Out 2, time goblin.
That's my favorite arcade game, Time Goblin, with the plastic guns.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot outside the screen to reload.
Don't shoot the regular goblins. They're innocent. You can only shoot the time goblins.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am excited for Knives Out 2. I will wait patiently until it is ready.
Good stuff. Also, E3 is about a month away, Melissa. I'm super excited for that. I only bring that up to mention we're hoping to get you on crossplay.
Sure.
I guess at the start of this next month, because E3 is like mid-June. So we're hoping to get you on the show because we did it once and I loved it. And I would love to get you back on. I've mentioned it a bunch on our shows, but a lot of video game podcasts like to do E3 predictions where they say what they think will happen. I've seen one show do their E3 predictions with a legitimate Magic 8 ball of like, hey, will this thing happen? And I was like, I like that idea, but I don't have a Magic 8 ball. But I do have a Melissa who knows nothing about video games.
Zilch.
And so,
I know who Luigi is.
Yeah,
I know who
want to get you
Waluigi
on the
is.
show so we can ask you to be our human Magic 8 ball. And we'll be like, Melissa, is this gonna happen? Will we see Breath of the Wild 2? Will 12 minutes finally come out this year? And you'll just be like, seems likely. Or no, not happening.
Thanks for letting me take these stabs in the dark. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I feel like that octopus they let choose the World Cup winner.
Wait, what? They let an octopus choose the World Cup winner? What is this?
It doesn't choose, but I don't know if this just happened once or if this happens every time
do in
there's
hockey?
the World Cup. No, it's not hockey. It's
That's the Stanley Cup.
It's international football, soccer over here. They take it's like an octopus in a tank, and they put two items in the tank. They're like two little plastic boxes or whatever, and they've got like one's got the flag. They both have the flags of the competing teams,
From
like the
each
two
team,
the two champions for the World Cup, and they see which one the octopus squiggles over to, and then people place bets. It's like a Groundhog Day, but
I've never heard of that. That's amazing.
I don't know if this only I've heard about this once. I don't know if it only happened once or if it was just like 2008 that, the football insiders were like, let's tell the common people about this.
This is the Illuminati that you guys thought was behind things.
It's an octopus.
It's a squid. Yeah, it's an octopus.
I think squids are big, and octopuses aren't.
Squids are big.
They're like the size of a room, and an octopus can be like littler. Like an octopus could fit on your desk. Hold on. Size of squid versus octopus. Okay. I hope I have this right. Squids normally grow between 60 centimeters to nearly 20 meters long. Octopuses, on the other hand, only grow anywhere between 1 centimeter to 9 meters. So it was an octopus.
Interesting. I played soccer all the way up through, or like into high school. And I never really followed like actual football to like watch the sport and stuff like that. But I have never heard of this thing, this octopus thing that is happening there. So that's news to me. Melissa, if you can hear me, you are frozen on my end. So it is just me right now on the podcast all alone. It's hard to do a podcast by yourself. I guarantee you Melissa can hear me on her end, but I'm just going to keep talking, at least for a little bit. Are you back? Well, no. She's frozen again. Camera went off for a second there. It's chaos. Melissa's back now. I can't hear you, though. Your mic is not on, I don't think. Maybe in Discord? Weird. Can't hear a thing. Still can't hear a thing. Maybe Discord spazzed out and you have to change it in your voice and video settings. Weird. But while Melissa's figuring that out, I will say, speaking of crossplay, we got to interview Greg Miller on crossplay this week. Greg Miller is going to be one of the hosts of E3 2021. He is also one of the co-founders of Kinda Funny. And that was a dream come true, similar to how we got to interview Paul Bay here on the Captain's Log. This was something that I didn't think was going to get to happen, at least for a long time. And it did, and it was amazing. It was fun. We had a blast. So you guys should go check that stuff out. We talked about Resident Evil 8 and Returnal and trophy hunting, as well as his battle with cancer and stuff like that. So yeah, you guys should go check that out indeed. Melissa, I still can't hear you. I don't know what is going on with that. Still nothing. See, I knew something was gonna happen.
Hello?
Oh, hey, there you are.
My computer, I guess it got too hot,
just,
or
like,
it learned
spazzed out.
too much about squids and it just froze.
Weird.
It froze and then
Weird.
it came back and it wouldn't accept my microphone or my headphones, but I have it fixed now. I'll never learn that much about squids again.
No more squids on the podcast. They're banned.
Okay. Speaking of
yeah,
sporting
so-
events, like we were
Mhm.
before my computer froze. So the Olympics are still happening right now.
Did
There's
not know that.
yes, they're still planned for sometime in July, still in Tokyo. Right now they're saying they're still going to move forward with it with like a lot of precautions. Definitely understandable. And I'm making it my goal to like get better at recognizing world flags by that time.
There you go.
I don't
Okay.
I don't know how many flags I
Interesting.
could name. I could probably name 10 flags that aren't the United States' flag.
Okay. The Jolly Roger, right? That's the first one.
Well, there's Canada, the United Kingdom, Germany, France, China, Japan, Australia, Ireland.
I
Like
I
I got
I mean, on in terms of what we're doing here on the podcast, it just sounds like you're naming countries.
I'm naming flags that I can like recognize on sight.
Okay.
So my goal is to increase that at least up to 25. I want to get better at recognizing flags, and I think I could do it. I think I can get my mom to do it with me.
What is the reason behind, like, what inspired you to do this? Because this isn't something you hear being like when you walk by someone on the street, just being like, man, I wish I knew more flags of different countries, right?
well,
Like,
I
that's not
don't.
like
I
a household thing.
I don't know them. There's lots of flags at the Olympics, and I'd like to be able to know what they are without being told. Also,
Sure.
you go on a dating site, lots of people will use the little because like every flag has an
Oh, okay.
emoji corresponding to it, and they'll
Sure,
like use
yeah.
the little flag to say like,
Or
"This is where
their
I
their
hail from."
ethnicity, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and like I said, I think I can name 10 flags. It doesn't help that they're emoji sized and they're very, very small,
Right?
but
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to better recognize flags of the world.
Okay, that makes sense. The dating app thing is interesting. Be like, yeah, that makes sense. Huh. Okay. Well, good for you. Are you like rationing it out to be like, hey, by this date, I'm hoping
Oh.
to have memorized this many, and then by that date, this many.
No, I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't done any research. Like, I don't know if there's like an app or a set of flashcards I can look at. This seems like
I'm sure
something
you can
like
make
a, ch- a
flashcards or
this seems like something a preteen might need to know for a class somewhere. So there's got to be a quiz online I can take
yeah.
just extracurricularly to learn as an adult. Flags of the
Flags of the
world.
world quiz. Yeah,
You're right.
there
Yeah.
has to be
I'd
something
like the
like that.
practice in it. I don't know. It's a project. I'm doing it in honor of the Olympics.
Okay. Well, good for you. Good for you. Learning stuff and bettering yourself. That's always
Hmm.
admirable. Uh, then I learned this today.
Uh-huh.
But Melissa, do you know how many bubbles are in a glass of beer?
Oh, like a Sagan number of bubbles, billions and
So
billions.
So I every once in a while I just kind of like to look up weird news articles and stuff like that and bring them on the show. And I found this one, which is written by Mindy Weisberger on livescience.com. And it says, how many bubbles are in a glass of beer? And apparently some scientist was going around and wanting to test this. They had done a similar experiment with champagne, and they wanted to know how that stacked up to beer. And they calculated that a flute of champagne on average produces about 1 million bubbles.
Wow.
And that let's see, recently Lager Belair peered into the depths of beer glasses and found that they produce twice as many bubbles as champagne, with up to 2 million bubbles popping in a half pint glass.
Pint isn't very much. Isn't a pint customary?
I feel like a pint is like a good, like, big thing.
Yeah, I feel like that's as much beer as a person gets. When you get a beer, it's that much?
Kind of. Maybe. I'm not much of a beer drinker. I like it, and I drink socially, but I don't really buy my own alcohol that often.
But like when you go to a place that gives you beer out of a tap, they put it in like
a big
pint
glass.
Glass. So like if I go out with my older brother and he orders one of his mysterious dark stouts, there's 4 million bubbles in that.
So you know how they because I think they often ask you, do you want a large one or a small one, right? And I think the large one is the full pint, and then the smaller one must be that half.
Okay.
Is what I'm assuming. But yeah, apparently 2 million bubbles in a half pint of beer. I just thought that was an interesting fun fact, and that's all I have to say on that. It's very many.
I clicked on this link. I looked at the page, and there's an ad on the side for a knife. And what the ad says is cuts everything like butter. But I thought the ad said cut everything like a butler. Like this was the butler's choice of knives. I'm like, is a butler better at cutting things than an average person is?
Amazing. I guess cut everything like a butt. That would be a really funny advertisement for like a knife set thing. That would be amazing. That'd be a hilarious commercial.
It is appropriate for knives, because there's the old joke about a butler has done it. A butler has killed the person who is murdered at any space that includes a butler. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But to do anything the way a butler does it is prestigious. Like, if they could sell an espresso machine, not with George Clooney, but with a butler saying, this is what the butler likes. And I'm like, heck, I trust a butler. Have you ever seen a butler?
Not in real life, no. So
I'd like to.
Goblins, they don't exist.
I'd like to meet a butler. I'd like to be a butler for a day.
I've known people whose last name was Butler.
Yeah. I'd go to like Butler fantasy camp.
Butler fantasy camp? What is this, Melissa?
I pretend to be a butler for 3 days.
You don't need to go anywhere to do that. You could just be your roommate's butler for 3 days. Just like...
Yeah, but she doesn't need anything fancy. Like, I want to pop open a cork on champagne. She just wants
she's never had a butler before.
Right. Maybe I could, offer...
I mean, maybe she has. I guess I don't know, right? But,
no, maybe...
As the butler, maybe she'll be like, go pick me up some champagne.
God, I've thought about, that's always been in my back pocket as a dream Halloween costume. Like, if I don't have anything else very prevalent that year, I'd love to go to a party, as the butler and take it very seriously.
Yeah. Sam says, Butler Fantasy Camp for a future episode title. So good. This is fun. This was fun.
What fantasy camp would you go to?
Okay.
And you could just go to the Galactic Star Cruiser, the Star Wars Immersive Hotel.
I think I would do detective. Like, I
Okay.
would just want to be a detective. Like,
Well,
let me solve a case.
Kyle, we're going to the same fantasy camp.
I don't want to be a butler.
No,
I'm solving the crime you did.
It's one location, multiple sides. I'm there to pretend to be a butler. You're there to pretend to be a detective. There's probably somebody who wants to pretend to be a duchess. Pretend to be like an ostler who cares for the horses. I don't know.
Yeah, it's some big like crime noir fantasy camp.
Yeah, it's just a Gosford Park LARP.
That'd be amazing though, because we did when I was in elementary school, we did space camp and stuff like that, and so we got to like go to we actually took a field trip to somewhere that now I don't remember where it was or what we were doing exactly, but they were having us like run missions and do these things in these like simulated environments and stuff like that, and that was a lot of fun. But then we had like a more like homemade one, which was a lot more stupid. And they like transformed the computer lab into like mission control while the library was something else, and it was just like, what is this, guys? Like, who screwed up
impressive.
Going to NASA this year? Like,
I don't know. Well, you went to Buzz Aldrin Elementary School, and like they brought.
I did. I'm amazed you remember that.
Right. Was it literally named Buzz Aldrin Elementary School?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That was it. Yep.
Wonderful.
Nailed it on the first try.
Right. Like, I knew he went there, but I couldn't remember if like they named it after him. Like, maybe there was somebody even before Buzz Aldrin.
Rival school was?
What?
You know who our rival school was?
Was it Armstrong Elementary School? Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if
they were our rivals.
I wonder if that's the future they imagined for themselves, standing on the moon. Oh my God. Today I watched a travel vlog I came across, because when you watch a lot of theme park content on YouTube, it also gives you a lot of like traveling around looking at roadside attractions sort of vlogs and stuff like that. And I found a vlog of a guy who went to the Wax Museum here in St. Louis, down on Laclede's Landing, which I went to once in like 8th grade because my friend wanted to go for her birthday. Her birthday was in October, so the place was like super spooky for Halloween, and it was too spooky. And I think we were only in there for like 25 minutes before we're like, we're 14. This is too much for us.
Yeah.
And then her mom came and got us, and we went and got burgers somewhere. So I watched a vlog of the Wax Museum, which is truly a perplexing place. Who gets to be in the Wax Museum and how they display them. And there is a wax statue of Neil Armstrong on the moon, but he's got like this weird expression on his face, like he's just staring wide-eyed into the distance, which he must have done. But like, I guess in order to see this,
maybe he was looking at Earth that way, just like, whoa.
Well, I'd do that, if I went out into space, which I'd rather not do. He's got his helmet off. I guess that was the choice they had to make so that you could see his wax face clearly. But it's like, yeah, there he is, just taking his helmet off on the moon. They've put him in a little tableau, the surface of the moon,
with a note that says, don't actually take off your helmet in space.
Kids, if you get to go to space, which you might, no now. We'll start telling it to you when you're little, like brush your teeth, put on your seatbelt, don't take off your helmet when you're on the moon.
They were telling us at Buzz Aldrin Elementary School, whose rival was Neil Armstrong Elementary School, that by 2015 we would have a colony on Mars. And that never happened.
We got like a robot or something up there, and that's a start.
they meant like full on colony. Like people would be living on Mars, and I was so excited. And so dumb.
I
Never
don't want
happened.
to. I don't want to go to space. I'll go to the Star Wars hotel someday and see how I feel about that.
Okay.
I don't want to go to space. I'll go to the top of it. I'll go to like the top of the Burj Khalifa and see how I feel about that. And if that's okay, maybe when I'm like 86 years old, and I'm rich from something, maybe then I'll take a small space vacation. But ultimately, like, I don't think it's for me. I'd rather just go to the Mall of America several more times than go to space.
What if they have an even bigger mall in space?
Oh my
Space
God,
Mall.
Mall of Mars!
Yeah. Yeah, the Mall of
I want to see
Mars.
Spencer's
Melissa, it's
space
calling your name.
gifts. I want to see Space Cinnabon.
Right? That'd be amazing. Journeys. Space journeys.
Journeys to the moon. I love the moon though.
Is there so we call our sun the sun. What's another name for a sun that's out there? Like do we know? Is there a thing out there? Because there has to be like yeah, there has to be something for Pac Sun, right?
Pack for the sun.
Exactly.
Get your luggage
exactly.
Here.
Exactly.
Our sun is a star. There are other stars. I think their names are like numbers and letters, or their names are like Galileo. This is right, Galileo like 27B.
They have names. I just don't know them off the top of my head.
Oh man, there's got to be like randomly generate a star names of stars. Stars in the sky, not like Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, that's gonna get you celebrities.
Are these stars or are these constellations? Seriously?
Names of other suns.
Okay.
Largest stars.
What are the most famous stars? And it means space. It doesn't mean
218. Pac Stevenson 218. Pac Sun is now Pac Stevenson 218, the largest star within close proximity to the open cluster Stevenson 2.
Okay, Betelgeuse is a star. Some of these things I didn't remember if they were a singular star or an entire constellation. So we have Polaris, Sirius, Alpha Centauri, Betelgeuse, or if you're my high school astronomy teacher, Betelgeuse. She wanted us to do it. Betelgeuse. She wanted us to do it accurately. Rigel, Vega. These are fun names. Pleiades, Antares, Canopus. And there's stars out there that are like named for people that you can buy for like $50 and you get a certificate. So like for your mom for Mother's Day. Yeah, like you could have named a star after your mom.
Interesting. Mom, you're a star.
How
star is named after you.
It'd be nice.
How much what?
I'm just wondering how much it would be. Like I throw out $50, but I truly don't know how much it costs to like name a star. How much to name a star? Name a star, the perfect gift. Oh, deluxe gift kit, $34.99. Oh wow.
Oh, less than 50. That's not bad.
Here's another one that says it does cost roughly $50. You can name a star very affordably.
Interesting.
Oh man.
Huh. Sam says Blazeball owns a piece of Virgo named after player Chorby Soul.
Chorby Soul. Happy to have a star named
Chorby
after
Soul.
you. Chorby, short for Chorbstopher.
Chorbstopher. Yeah. Chorbstopher.
Man.
Good stuff.
For only $50, I'm amazed you can still name stars and like people didn't buy all of them up.
That's true. I mean, I guess space is not like we're not in the middle of the fascination with space that we used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
It's no longer a big thing like that. So I think the star naming kits are piling up there.
Hits.
We got all these stars to name.
Yeah, you get a certificate like when you Build-A-Bear. God,
Yeah.
that's what I want in the mall on Mars, a Build-A-Bear. It's like new space
Build an
bears we
alien.
haven't discovered yet.
Build a xenomorph.
Yeah. Build all sorts of, build a nice cuddly gray alien to love.
Ah, man. Good stuff. Melissa, I think that's about all I got for this
Okay.
week. So I think we should wrap things up there with a little bit of housekeeping. If you guys did not know, we have multiple podcasts here at the Whatnauts, which we've mentioned a bunch of them on this show. So hopefully you know, and you've been paying attention. But you guys can find out more information on our website, which is thewhatnauts.com, as well as your favorite podcasting platform of choice. Just type in the Whatnauts and all of our shows will pop up right there. If you like what we do, patreon.com/thewhatnauts is where you can support us for as little as $1 a month. We have a $3 tier with all kinds of exclusive content, and we want to give a big shout out to our Patreon supporters at the $5 tier and above. So thank you to Sam, and thank you, Greg, for helping us out and for supporting us. It means a lot, and we love you both.
Thanks, Greg.
Side note, for the review show, I did mention to Greg that he gets to dictate something that we cover on the review show at the tier he is at. So I'm gonna work with him and see if we can figure something out with that. But yeah, what was I going to say next? If you guys want, you guys can subscribe to us here on Twitch at twitch.tv/thewhatnauts, and you guys can join us in the chat and be a part of the conversation. And I believe that is about it for now. The house has been kept. Melissa, where can the people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at WilkyWit. That's WILKYWIT. And listen to my other podcast, Saturday Morning Obscurities, where me and my brother Jams talk about weird old kids shows you feel like only you remember.
Oh, what one are you guys about to put out next?
I don't remember. I think it's either the Disney Channel original movie Phantom of the Megaplex, or like just a really chill Canadian cartoon called The Raccoons. That's just about raccoons who live in a forest and get into misadventures.
Interesting. Excuse me. If you guys want to stay up to date with me, I am at YoKyleSpringer on Twitter. You guys want to stay up to date with all of the shows and stuff that we do here at the Whatnauts, you guys can follow us on Twitter at the Whatnauts. Be sure to go like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a foe, sell your soul, do whatever you need to do to help us spread the word. We would appreciate that very much. I think that wraps us up for Captain's Log number 143. Getting up there. Oh, I want to put this out so we don't forget. I think coming up at the end of June, if I'm not mistaken, is our first annual trivia night. We had our inaugural trivia night last year. This
and
would
the
be our
second
first
one
annual.
Is the first one that becomes annual.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't remember when that was. I was like, it's in the summer sometime. I know that.
Right.
I don't remember exactly
it's
when.
hot.
So
this is how I remember most episodes. When I went looking to find
trivia.
This is what I did when I went to find Stumptown. I'm like, well, it was warm outside when we read that. Let me look at warm times.
There you go. Good old warm times. Join us next week for some more warm times here on the Captain's Log. We will see you all then. Bye.
Bye.